Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. As the city lights begin to twinkle and the world winds down from another busy day, we're here to bring you the latest stories shaping our nation and the globe. Welcome to our nightly broadcast where we keep you informed, engaged, and connected to the events that matter most. Our team has been working around the clock to bring you comprehensive coverage and in-depth analysis. It's Saturday, July 12th, 2025, a date that's already proving to be significant in the world of news. Whether you're tuning in from your living room, catching up on your commute, or streaming us online, we're glad to have you with us. We begin tonight with a major story unfolding in Washington, D.C. Lawmakers are currently locked in a marathon session on Capitol Hill, debating a sweeping infrastructure bill that could fundamentally reshape the nation's roads, bridges, and digital networks for decades to come. The stakes are high, and the decisions made tonight will impact millions of Americans. The need for upgrades is urgent. Across the country, aging highways and bridges are in desperate need of repair, and communities are calling for better internet access and modernized public transit. But fierce disagreements over how to fund these projects and which priorities should come first have stalled progress, leaving critical improvements hanging in the balance. Our correspondents are on the ground in Washington tonight, bringing you the latest updates, exclusive interviews, and expert analysis as negotiations continue into the night. We'll have live reports and reactions from both sides of the aisle. Meanwhile, overseas, the European Union has just announced a bold new climate accord. This ambitious agreement aims to accelerate the shift to renewable energy sources, reduce carbon emissions, and set new global standards for environmental responsibility. Leaders in Brussels are calling it a historic step forward in the fight against climate change. We'll break down what this means for the United States and the rest of the world. How will this new accord affect international relations, trade, and the global push for sustainability? Our analysts are here to provide context and insight. Closer to home, wildfire season is intensifying across the western United States. Firefighters are battling major blazes under extremely tough conditions, with high temperatures and dry winds making their work even more dangerous. Communities are on high alert and thousands have already been forced to evacuate. In tonight's Health Watch, we'll explore a groundbreaking new report that examines the link between sleep and long-term brain health. Experts are uncovering how quality rest can protect memory, boost cognitive function, and even reduce the risk of certain neurological diseases. We'll share practical tips for better sleep and what the latest science means for your well-being. And later in the broadcast, an inspiring story of transformation. We'll take you to a neighborhood that's been revitalized by the power of community gardening. Residents have come together to turn vacant lots into vibrant green spaces, growing fresh food, building friendships, and creating a sense of pride and hope. All that and much more as our broadcast continues tonight. Stay with us for the stories that matter, the voices that inspire, and the coverage you can trust. This is your evening news, and we're just getting started. Tonight, the U.S. Capitol is buzzing as lawmakers debate the 21st Century Renewal Act, one of the most ambitious infrastructure bills in decades. The bill would modernize highways, bridges, and expand high-speed internet to rural communities. Supporters say it's essential for economic growth. Critics worry about the cost and national debt. Negotiations are intense, with party leaders working behind closed doors to secure a deal. Key issues include funding, state allocations, and environmental protections. The outcome will impact commutes, jobs, and the nation's future. We'll keep you updated as the debate unfolds. Turning to international news, the European Union has unveiled the Green Horizon Pact, its most aggressive climate plan yet. The pact sets binding targets to cut carbon emissions and achieve carbon neutrality by 2050, with immediate changes required in energy and transportation. Major investments in renewables and a phase-out of new gas and diesel cars by 2035 are at the core. A new carbon border tax could impact global trade, especially U.S. exporters. Environmental groups praise the move. Some industries worry about costs. The pact sets a new global benchmark and will pressure other nations to act. Wildfire season is intensifying across the western United States, with flames and smoke now dominating the landscape in several states. This year, the fires have arrived earlier and with more ferocity than many experts predicted, signaling a potentially record-breaking season ahead. The skies above vast stretches of forested mountains are choked with thick, billowing smoke, visible for miles and casting an eerie orange glow over entire communities. Firefighters are working around the clock, battling more than a dozen major blazes that have erupted in California, Oregon, and Colorado. These fires are being fueled by a dangerous combination of scorching temperatures, extremely dry vegetation, and relentless winds that can change direction in an instant, making the situation even more unpredictable and hazardous. Crews are stretched thin, moving from one hotspot to another, often facing walls of flames and intense heat as they try to contain the infernos. The impact on local communities has been devastating. Thousands of residents have been forced to evacuate their homes, sometimes with only minutes to gather their belongings. Highways are crowded with cars fleeing the danger, while thick smoke blankets cities and towns, turning day into night and triggering air quality alerts hundreds of miles from the fires themselves. Schools and businesses have closed, and many families are left uncertain about when or if they'll be able to return home. In Northern California, the Pine Ridge Fire has become one of the most destructive blazes of the season so far. It has already scorched over 80,000 acres of rugged terrain and remains only 20% contained, despite the tireless efforts of firefighters. The fire's perimeter continues to expand, threatening more communities as it moves through forests and hillsides left parched by years of drought. In response, emergency declarations have been issued across multiple counties, and shelters have been quickly set up to house evacuees. Volunteers and local officials are working together to provide food, water, and support to those displaced by the fires. Press conferences are being held daily to keep the public informed as the situation evolves, and communities are bracing for even more challenges in the days ahead. Years of persistent drought have left the region dangerously vulnerable to wildfires. Rivers and reservoirs are at historic lows, and the land is so dry that even a small spark can quickly ignite a major blaze. Officials are urging everyone to exercise extreme caution, avoiding outdoor burning, following evacuation orders, and staying alert to changing conditions. The message is clear: everyone must do their part to prevent new fires from starting. The immediate focus remains on protecting lives and property. Firefighters are working tirelessly to create fire breaks and defend homes on the front lines, often risking their own safety to keep the flames at bay. Their efforts are making a difference, but the scale of the challenge is immense. As the fires continue to burn, the long-term challenge of managing these increasingly intense wildfire seasons looms large. Experts warn that without significant changes in land management and climate policy, the West may face even more destructive fire seasons in the years to come. For now, communities, firefighters, and officials remain united in their determination to confront the crisis and protect what matters most. Welcome to your comprehensive National Weekend Weather Outlook. As we head into the weekend, let's take a closer look at what you can expect across the country, from coast to coast. Whether you're planning outdoor activities, traveling, or just want to know what to expect in your area, we've got you covered with the latest updates and insights. A powerful dome of high pressure is settling over the plains and Mississippi Valley, bringing a surge of heat and humidity that will be hard to ignore. Daytime highs will soar into the mid-90s, and with the added humidity, heat indices could easily climb above 100 degrees in many spots. Cities like St. Louis, Kansas City, and Omaha will feel the brunt of this heat wave. If you're spending time outdoors, be sure to take frequent breaks in the shade, wear light clothing, and drink plenty of water. This kind of weather can be dangerous, especially for the elderly, children, and those with health conditions. Meanwhile, the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic are in for a change of pace. On Sunday, a frontal system will move through, bringing scattered showers and thunderstorms from New York City down to Washington, D.C. Some storms could be locally heavy, so keep an umbrella handy if you're heading out. Outdoor plans may need to be adjusted, especially in the afternoon and evening hours. Don't forget to check local alerts for any severe weather updates. Out west, the story continues to be relentless heat and dry conditions. Phoenix and Las Vegas are both expected to see temperatures soaring well above 110 degrees, with little relief in sight. The ongoing drought and high temperatures are increasing wildfire risks across much of the region, especially in California, Nevada, and Arizona. Residents are urged to follow local fire restrictions and stay alert for any evacuation notices. Limit outdoor activities during the hottest part of the day, and check on neighbors who may need assistance. The Pacific Northwest, on the other hand, is enjoying a stretch of beautiful, sunny weather. Seattle and Portland will see warmer than average temperatures, with highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. It's a perfect weekend for outdoor adventures, whether you're hiking, biking, or just relaxing in a local park. Don't forget your sunscreen, as UV levels will be high. In the southeast and Florida, the classic summer pattern continues. Expect a mix of sun and clouds, with the chance for pop-up afternoon thunderstorms, especially along the Gulf Coast and in central Florida. Highs will reach the low 90s, and humidity will make it feel even warmer. If you're heading to the beach or planning a barbecue, keep an eye on the sky and be prepared to take shelter if storms roll in. No matter where you are, it's important to stay hydrated and take precautions in the heat. Drink plenty of water, avoid strenuous activity during peak afternoon hours, and check in on friends and family who may be vulnerable to extreme temperatures. Remember, heat-related illnesses can develop quickly, so don't take any chances. That's your National Weekend Weather Snapshot. Stay tuned. Local weather updates and detailed forecasts for your area are coming up later in the broadcast. We'll help you stay prepared, no matter what the weather brings. In Health Watch, a major new study highlights the link between sleep and brain health. Researchers found that getting less than 6 hours of sleep per night significantly raises the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. Deep sleep is crucial for the brain's cleaning process, clearing out harmful proteins linked to Alzheimer's. Quality matters as much as quantity. Disrupted deep sleep increases risk, even with enough hours in bed. Factors like sleep apnea, stress, and screen time can interfere. The good news, improving sleep habits can make a difference at any age. Prioritizing sleep is essential for long-term brain health. Now, a story of transformation and community spirit. In a once-neglected city lot, residents launched the Green Shoots Project, turning it into a thriving community garden. Dozens of raised beds now provide fresh produce and a green oasis for families. The garden has become a hub for learning, connection, and pride, breaking down barriers and building friendships. It's improved access to healthy food and inspired similar projects citywide. Residents maintain the space together, hosting events and sharing harvests. The project shows how small efforts can spark big change. Sometimes all it takes is a patch of dirt and people willing to dig in. In sports, a young pitcher made history with a perfect game, retiring all 27 batters he faced. It's the league's first perfect game in over 5 years, thrilling a packed home crowd. The pitcher struck out 14, mixing fastballs and curveballs to keep hitters off balance. Teammates made key defensive plays, including a highlight reel catch in the 8th inning. The celebration was electric as the final out was recorded. The pitcher credited his catcher and defense, calling it a dream come true. This achievement cements his place in baseball history. A perfect game, a rare moment of brilliance and teamwork. That's our broadcast for this Saturday night. Thank you for joining us for a look at today's top stories from Washington to your neighborhood. We'll continue to follow these developments and bring you updates tomorrow. For more information, visit our website and mobile app. I'm Lester Holt. From all of us at NBC News, thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay safe, and have a wonderful evening. Good night.